Don People's Deadbolt. Let's talk about it. So, we about to talk about it. So, man, today, and what sparked this, man, because y'all know, man, I'm down here. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. You feel me? And, man, I was just going through the hood and it was just a beautiful day. And I looked to the side, I looked to the right, I looked to the left. I'm in the city, I'm sliding. And I just see trash, debris, broken glass, gang graffiti. It made me just think for a minute. You feel me? Like, it just made me just sit back and just think, like, well, the white man ain't down here doing all this shit. So why are we constantly destroying our neighborhoods and then glorifying slums and dirty lifestyles? This shit go back though, man. You got a real crazy history to it. Now, before everybody started migrating, from the South, from places like Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, the Carolinas, etc. People was coming up to places like Detroit, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, New York, and bringing their families because of this new industry, dealing with the manufacturing and all the steel mills and stuff. You feel me? So people was actually, coming up with, good jobs and, coming into these neighborhoods that were newly constructed. And you can kind of get where the white folks was at with it, even though slavery was ending. They still wanted black folks to kind of have their own side of town, your own areas, etc. Right? Now, we understand that and we know that they pump drugs and guns and everything else into our communities to destabilize them. But a lot of that stuff, as far as the disabling of our communities, that money that they were giving us in drugs to destroy ourselves, we should have made into our utopia. But why didn't we make it into our utopia? Is the question. And the reason is because we glorify pissy hallways, broken glass and syringes on the ground, trash and shit everywhere. Motherfuckers pissing all in the halls and just everything like that, right? Just all the dirty, cruddy shit that roaches and shit like that is associated with. These are the things that we glorify. When we go down the block, seeing bandos and buildings that's been dilapidated, and these buildings are still in our hoods. But when you cross the tracks and you go to the white neighborhoods, the Jewish neighborhoods, the Chinese neighborhoods, all these different neighborhoods, man, is upkept and they don't have these issues. Why is that? Now, besides Black Lives Matter and they little movement, they had infiltrators and all that type of shit, but in their group, but that's for another story. Now, I know a lot of them people wasn't of blacks and they was tearing down our community, but besides that, it's been mostly niggas tearing down where they live, where they stay, where you lay your head. It shouldn't be no way, man, that you come out of your shit, man, and you got trash on the other side of the hallway from somebody else and the shit just all spread out like cats and been all in it, all type of junk going on, right? It shouldn't be like that. We supposed to honor our neighbor and keep our neighborhoods clean, feed our people, protect our people. Now, I understand people got to make money and motherfuckers gonna do drugs, so why not keep everything in-house, right? But that's no excuse, man, for your area to be fucked up or for you to live in situations to where, man, a fucking dog wouldn't live in. And then think it's cool. Because, we rap about these things. We talk about these things. Being from the trap, being from the trenches, making it out. All these things are things that we should not be glorifying. Now, making it out of that situation is the glorifying part, because obviously it's a trap. So it's set up to trap you. You dig what I'm saying? Set up to keep you pent in and keep you confused and down. But, you know, it really just be your environment, man. I had a homie, because, you know, Atlanta, you can have a condo, it be smack dab in the middle of the hood, right? You know, this gentrification type shit. And my nigga used to always just look out, and right across the street was abandoned buildings and, you know, all this type of shit. And I started seeing his life look like the abandoned buildings and shit that was across the street that, you know what I'm saying, that he lived by. You know, he became a product of his environment. And that's what a lot of us are doing, becoming a product of our environment. And then listening to the rappers pump the Kool-Aid and the sugar on top of it to make you think that all this shit is cool, it's glit. You know, me being from the hood, coming back from the hood, this shit is lit. No, this shit is terrible. And we need to be ashamed of ourselves for glorifying this type of shit. Man, we don't want to come through our neighborhoods and see this type of building sitting on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we subject to this? You know? So it's like, once all the families, like getting back to what I was saying, so once all the families came up here, worked them steel jobs for, you know, 2 decades almost, you know, at that point, they decided to make our economy a service economy and serviceable. That's why everything's a fucking service. There's no manufactured anything no more in the United States, barely, right? So, except for hand sanitizer now. But, you know, so a lot of these families end up going bankrupt, going broke, you know, getting hooked on drugs and stuff like that. And then you had the Vietnam War and, you know, people coming back hooked on heroin, coming back into these same neighborhoods. And, you know, that stuff is a highly addictive chemical. So, you know, they sell their kids for that. You know, it ain't like this good green that your boy Don Peoples be smoking. You know, I ain't selling shit a fucking joint stick for a stick of this shit. You know, this shit great. But I'll just wait. Because it ain't got a hold on a nigga like that. But, you know, you getting addicted to them high strength, you know, heroin and cocaine and crack. Man, you coming back to the hood, you know, you ain't doing a dish, you just trying to get fucked up. And like I said, man, these rappers are the ones that made it cool. They've glorified trap living. And then they move their kids and their families to the suburbs. They going to private schools. All this type of shit, man. They ain't giving 2 shits about y'all. Like, I'm supposed to go into Atlanta in Zone 6 and see a Gucci Man School of the Arts. I'm supposed to go on Bankhead, which is Donald Lee, and see a creative center that T.I. got. Southside or Boulevard for Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Same goes for him. Like, these niggas should have landmarks in the city. But all you did was open up the floodgates for now more of the ignorance to come through and to be represented. When y'all niggas combined and made enough money to clean at least Atlanta up. You know, I heard Jeezy talking about, oh, I own more real estate. What's that got to do with it, bro? Your people still fucked up. Your people still in the hood. Us being melanated folk. You ain't building house or buying houses and putting people up rent free or building new subsidized units for low income families. You buying up property for your portfolio. Real estate. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you got niggas like T.I. that's jumping behind shit like, you know, the trap house. You want to glorify where you sold destruction at. And now you got a whole museum to where people who ain't, you know, a lot of people don't even know shit about trapping, whipping the pot. You got the whole layout in that bitch. And I ain't gonna hold you, man. I refuse to take my kids there. That's why I ain't even been to that bitch. You know, like, yeah, we part of the street. We part of, the, you know, the culture and all like that. But it's just certain things that we've let become normal that never should have been normal. This shit never should have went normal. You know what I mean? Like, back when I was coming up, it was more of a, if you were selling or you was doing your 1-2, you wasn't glorified. You got your money, but motherfuckers really wasn't glorifying you all like that. I mean, you had the heavyweights, the niggas, you know, the urban legends, so to speak, but man, niggas wasn't glorifying it like they doing now. And it's like we've turned this into our new black history. Our new culture will not be associated with Martin Luther King's and Malcolm X's and stuff of that nature. It'll be associated with destruction, the trap. 20, 30 years from now, 40 years from now. This is what we got museums of. So we've glorified this moment and we brought this moment to the point where it is now, where every urban neighborhood is a disaster zone, danger zone. You can't bring your kids out without them getting rocked. You know what I'm saying? You can't have house, parties and gatherings without shootings happening and drug dealing going on. It's like we don't have no respect for ourselves. Like that's the only thing we can push. Like you can't use that same innovation that you use for selling and doing what you're doing to open up a store and sell clothes, sell products that people might need, elderly people, single mothers, whatever, putting your minds together and really putting something positive into the hood. Like I said, I know niggas gonna do their drugs, people gonna do their drugs, but it gotta be some type of honor to where y'all like, yo, man, we ain't about to do this in front of the shorties, or we gonna put money back into our hoods. Every hood, man, every hood that you see that's messed up got $100,000 dope boys on it. So why they not putting money back into the hood and building it up? Oh, I get it. Niggas really wasn't taught that. Because they see the rappers and the entertainers take, and these niggas ain't putting nothing back into it. So why should they? So you see, that's why we have it's like a never-ending cycle of this madness, man, that we've created. And the music is what funnels it. It's like the extra, it's like that Starbucks that you need in the morning to get your day going. Like the music is the glorification of everything negative dealing with black folks in the present day. And this is the shit that they're getting rewards and getting medals for. You feel what I'm saying? And money, and able to travel the world and live the bestest of lives by destroying you. You see how this shit is set up? And you wonder why they quick to pay an ignorant ass, weak-minded individual to do their bidding, to destroy you. And he's happy to take it. He gonna grab it and go. Cause it ain't no honor no more. So they know what they putting out, man, ain't doing nothing but giving that self-destruction. And they know they just repeating the cycle for a little bit of change, for 15 minutes of fame. Something that you gonna have to live with, lyrics that you gonna have to live with the rest of your life. I read something where Jay-Z, they asked him about some lyrics in Big Pimpin', and he said he's ashamed of it. Can't believe that he said those type of things. But this is the 50-plus-year-old Jay-Z saying that. See, a lot of you niggas don't think you're going to live that long to have to eat those words. And the shit that y'all stood on that made the shorties think everything was cool. You feel what I'm saying? Because now the shorties is coming up. They want to destroy the hood. They want to cause mayhem. They want to shoot it up and bang, bang. Because that's what they see y'all talking about and what y'all doing. But I think platforms like myself, we need to speak out against it more and start holding these entertainers accountable, because a lot of them ain't busted a grape, but they got you thinking, and not even thinking, because a lot of y'all know these niggas is dog and pony, but they still got y'all, got the battery in your back to make you do shit to trick you out of your square, and now you ain't with your family. You don't have a chance to ever have a family because of the decisions that you made. So, like I said, riding through the hood, seeing what I saw just really made me think about that. Like, why do us as black folks destroy where we stay and then glorify it like we living in Beverly Hills or something? It's because, man, y'all let them trick y'all out y'all square. They told y'all the bottom was up and the up was the bottom. So now we need to start trying to clean this shit up. But, one thing about it, two things for sure. A lot of people are now starting to wake up to the trap. So y'all get in the comment box, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? We growing the channel. Let me know what y'all thinking though, man. Are black folks responsible for the destruction in their own neighborhoods? Or are we still blaming the white man in 2021? Y'all let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Don Peoples. Deadbolt. Gone.